It's here, Leviathan on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Kino. It can be found as the slipcover edition, available at your online retailers. Now, it seemed like within a short amount of time in the late 80s, more than a few underwater action or sci-fi flicks popped up. For me, The Abyss overshadowed the others like Leviathan and Deep Star 6, but going back to Leviathan, it's certainly entertaining in its own right. Mash together a bit of Alien in The Thing, and you have a fun monster movie. The story moves quick, pretty much pacing-wise. It's pretty surface level, pun intended, fun with a solid cast. Leviathan on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has an aspect ratio of 239:1 with native 4K resolution, and it supports both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision encode. Kino's 4K transfer of Leviathan is a result of a new restoration from an inner positive. The source looks pretty clean and free from most major blemishes. Bit rates are healthy, with no noticeable dips in image quality witnessed. Film grain is very light in density, and I didn't observe any obvious signs of management in that department. With this being from an inner positive, the bump in detail isn't as dramatic as what we would see from an OCN. While some faces do look a little bit on the smoother side, it's not at the expense of grain structure. With that said, I was pleasantly surprised at how solid the overall picture looked. Right off the bat, I could see the restoration team must have made some color timing changes from what came before on the Blu-ray disc released by Shout Factory. I found the picture to be more natural, less quote-unquote orangey than the previous transfer. Skin tones actually look proper and natural throughout. Dolby Vision strengthens the film's palette very well. Aside from flashing lights or computer screens, this isn't the most colorful looking of movies. Blues, greens, and grays all make a bolder showing with appreciable results. When the team are out in the ocean, the underwater blue is often quite striking. Black levels are deep and issue-free. There aren't any night scenes in the film, but the murky underwater settings don't reveal any unnatural elevation. Shadows properly convey darker interiors extremely well, concealing the monster effectively. Leviathan on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a DTS 5.1 as well as a DTS 2.0 audio mix. In theory, both audio tracks would be direct ports from the prior Blu-ray release. While everything as far as dynamic activity seems to be in order, almost immediately, I needed to jack up the volume a few decibels. The 2.0 track didn't seem to have this problem, and the 5.1 on the Shout Blu-ray disc seemed to be the same way. It's not a huge deal, just something I noticed. What is the same on the Shout 5.1 and the Kino 4K is the track sometimes feels a bit unfocused. A few instances of front channel dialogue bleed through, the score overpowering in-film action, etc. Underwater ambience populates the surrounds effectively, and when the action really ramps up in the last 30 minutes, the creature's movements as well as the chaos of the station falling apart is also prominently featured. Dialogue is pretty clean and easy to hear, and the low end does carry some weight to it, and it's effectively delivered. For the 2.0 mix, it's well presented. Audio cues are clean with no notable issues. It's mostly old supplements making a return for this 4K release, which are on the accompanying Blu-ray disc. The Shout Factory produced featurette Leviathan Monster Melting Pot is a 40-minute behind the scenes with some excellent tidbits on the making of the film. A couple of decent cast features, one with Ernie Hudson and Hector Elizondo, discuss their respective characters. The only new extra of note is the audio commentary by critics Steve Mitchell and Nathaniel Thompson. I listened to about 30 minutes, and it's a fine back and forth between the two, discussing the film, and they genuinely seem like fans of the movie. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Leviathan on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an A-. I don't think it's hyperbole to say that this is easily the best the film has ever looked. Image clarity is on point, the color palette shows good stability, and black levels are dialed in to a T. It's another fine release from Kino. For the audio mix, I'm going to score this one a B. To me, the track could have used a little bit of TLC. It's a nicely dynamic film for sure, and one that could have still benefited from an audio upgrade. It's one that has been heard before, and when it's at its best, it's pretty entertaining. For the extras, I scored them a C+. Aside from a new audio commentary, it's just going back to the well for old supplements again. The 40-minute documentary is the meat of the extras, and it's still a worthwhile watch for fans of the film. So that is my review of Leviathan on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray from Kino. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave a direct Amazon link in the comments section. If you use it, it really helps out the channel. But now I want to hear from you. If you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.